Good evening, students. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think in applications of derivatives, you are not yet done with maxima and minima, right? So we'll do some problems based on it. So you start solving this, I'll be back. Yeah. Anybody with the answer? So tell me the logic. Whenever you solve a problem based on maxima minima, what is the technique? Can someone tell me? So when you solve any problem based on the concept of maxima minima, what is the technique? There should be a fixed value, right? And there should be a variable value. And that variable value should be a function of one variable. When it is a function of one variable, it is then you can differentiate and equate it to 0, right? So having this concept in mind, tell me in this question, right? In this question, what is going to be the fixed value?
Volume.
Yes.
Volume.
The volume is fixed. Like, however, you are going to construct the tank, right? So it is an open tank, the first place. 1 minute. So the base, if this is x, this is also x, because they have told it is a square base. And if I take the height to be y, right, then what is fixed? Volume is going to be fixed. So what is the value of it? Can I say
X
base?
square y.
Right, this is fixed. Have this in your mind. So what is supposed to be the least? The least
Surface
one is
area.
it is supposed to be the surface area. When the surface area is going to be least, then obviously your cost is going to go down. Right? So when I talk about the surface area, what surface area am I talking about? The total surface area. Right? So here, remember, it is taking the shape of a cuboid where the upper part is open. It is an open tank. That is what they've given. So what is going to be the total surface area of this? It is going to be XY is going to be the area of each rectangle. So like that, how many rectangles are there? 4. Am I right? Plus, what is the base area? It is going to be x square. Am I right, guys? But here, if I observe, the surface area is a function of how many variables? So here, if you observe the question, they told it is a square base, but they didn't mention it as a fixed square base. Guys, am I clear with that? So they didn't mention it as a fixed square base or the vertical heights are fixed. Anything can change. But using the materials, right? So using the materials, use the metal sheet to the optimized value in such a way that the surface area is least. So how should I solve the problem? Can you tell me? So why can I write it as V divided by x square? Can I take that and substitute it here? So surface area, if I write it as S, it is going to be 4 into x into V divided by x square plus x square. X and x will get cancelled. So it will be 4V by x plus x square. This is the surface area. Differentiate this and tell me what is the value. What is the value of x in terms of V?
So ds by dx we will be getting as 2x minus 4v by x square.
2x minus 4v by x square. Correct.
And the second derivative is 2 plus 8v by x square, x cubed.
So second derivative is 2 minus
Plus 8. 2 plus 8v by x cube.
Okay. So find the value of x. So one thing
So
I
we
can
have to
see.
equate ds by dx equal to 0, right?
Yes, that's right. See, even without solving, we can say 2 is a positive number. 8 into volume is positive. X cube is also going to be positive because you're not going to take the negative value of x. So since this whole value is greater than 0, what can you say? The value of x that you're going to get is going to give you the least value of the surface area. So when you do that, how much are you going to get? If I equate 2x minus 4v divided by x squared to 0, then I'll get x cube is equal to 2v, which implies x is equal to 2v raised to the power of 1 by 3. Am I right? So if I take this and substitute it in the place of, so what do I need? Show that the cost of the material will be least when the depth of the tank is equal to its width. So y should be equal to x by 2. So x will be equal to 2v divided by, 2v to the power of 1 by 3. Right. So we know that volume is equal to x square y. So I need the relation between x and y. So volume is equal to x square will be 2v raised to the power of 2 by 3 into y. Am I right? Or I can do one thing. V I can write it. See, 1 minute. Guys, are you able to understand? So 2v is equal to x cube by 2. This is equal to x square by x, and this will get cancelled. So y will be equal to x by 2. That's it. Did you understand what I did? X cube divided by 2 is equal to v. So x cube by 2 is equal to x square y. Cancel x square and x cube once. So y will be equal to x by 2. That's the answer. Clear with this? Okay. Do this. The sum of perimeters of a circle and a square is k, where k is some constant. Prove that the sum of the areas is least when the side of the square is double the radius of the circle. So here, what is constant? Sum of the perimeters of the circle and the square. So pi r square plus a square is equal to k. So what are the variables?
Sir, 2 pi r.
Oh, sorry. 2 pi r plus 4a. 2 pi r plus 4a should be a constant. So here, what are the variables? R and a. Prove that the sum of the areas, that is pi r square plus a square, if I take it to be the area, this is expected to be the least. So dA divided by, what should I write? dr or dA? I'll not be able to write anything. So what do I need to do? From this, I can write A will be equal to k minus 2 pi r divided by 4. Can I? So I'll take this and substitute it here. Then A will be equal to pi r square plus k minus 2 pi r by 4 the whole square. So dA divided by dr should be equal to 0, which implies 2 pi r plus 2 into k minus 2 pi r by 4 multiplied with minus 2 pi should be equal to 0. So 2 pi and 2 pi are lost. So 4r will be equal to 2k into pi. 2 pi and 2 pi are cancelled, no? 4r will be equal to 2k minus 4 pi r. Am I right? So which implies r into, or I'll take this 2, this is going to be 2. So r into 2 plus pi r is equal to k. So when the side of the square is double the radius. Okay, but in the place of k, what can I substitute? Okay, I'll do one thing. Let's not complicate this. See, I didn't find the second derivative because I believe that you will calculate the second derivative and prove that it is greater than 0. I'm only concentrating on solving the first derivative part. So 2r is equal to, in the place of k, can I write it as 2 pi r plus 4a minus, you have a 2 pi r here, right? So 2 pi r and 2 pi r will get cancelled, which implies 2r is equal to 4a, or r is equal to 2a. When the side of the square is double the radius, sir. Then I should get a is equal to 2r, no? 1 minute. So dA by dr. So 2 pi r plus 2 into k minus 2 pi r divided by 4 into minus 2 pi. This is there. By 4 is there. Guys, did you observe what was the mistake? In the chain rule, this 4 was missed. So I will write 16r is equal to 2k minus 4 pi r. So 16r will be equal to 2 into k is 2 pi r plus 4a minus 4 pi r. So 2 pi r into 2 minus 4 pi r will get cancelled. So 16r is equal to 8a, which implies a is equal to 2r. Am I clear with this?
Yes, sir.
So a will be 2r. See, second derivative part I'm not going to do in the problems. Okay, you guys concentrate on that. It's similar to the first problem. Do it fast. Except the fact that numbers are given. So a tank with a rectangular base and rectangular sides open at the top is to be constructed so that the depth is 2 meters and the volume is 8 meters cube. Okay. If building of tank cost is rupees 70 per square meter for the base and 45 per square meter for sites, what is the cost of the least expensive tank that is possible? See, all these questions are taken from previous year questions only. So concentrate and do them. You can expect these kind of questions. So how to proceed? So the depth is given. Depth is 2 meter, right? So what is going to be the area of base? XY. What is going to be the area of sides?
So 2xy.
How is it? How will you get 2xy? So observe, this area is 2y. This area is 2y. The backside area is going to be 2x. And the front area is going to be 2x. So how much will it be? Is it not 4x plus 4y? Is it not 4 into x plus y? Did you say 2xy? Did I get it wrong? Anushri, did I get it wrong?
Yes, sir. I
Or
said
is this
2x.
okay. Okay. But now I hope you understood it. It's 4 into x plus y, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is in meter square. This is also in meter square, where x and y are measured in meter square, and volume is going to be in terms of meter cube, 8 meter cube. Now tell me, what is going to be the cost of the tank? So cost will be 70 multiplied with the base area. How much is the base area? It is xy plus 45 multiplied with 4 into x plus y. Am I right? So volume, how much is it going to be? It is going to be 2xy. So volume is 2xy, which implies xy is equal to 4, which implies y is equal to 4 by x. So can I take this 4 by x and substitute it here? So cost will be 70 into 4 plus 45 into 4 is how much? 220. Yeah? So 220 into x plus 4 by x. This cost has become a function of one variable. Now calculate c dash and equate it to 0 and find the value of x. That will give you the answer. Is there any step that is not clear? Please get it clarified. 0 plus 220
Why
into
2xy?
Edra, this one. Length into breadth into height. X into y into 2. Another 2xy.
Okay.
Got it? So this is equal to 0. So 1 minus 4 by x square is 0, which implies x square is 4. Up x will be 2. So x should be 2, then y should also be 2. X is 2, y is also 2. Correct? Now, can you take this value and substitute it here and tell me what is going to be the answer? Second derivative, as I told you, do it later. So cost will be equal to 280 plus
Sir, it is 1,000 rupees.
220 into, I have to check, 220 into 4. So 220 into 4 is 880 here. 280 plus 880, ma. It's not 1,000, no? I think it is 1,160. No? Oh, you're getting 1,000. Did I do any mistake? 1,000 is the right answer. Did I do any mistake?
So 45 into 4 is 180.
180, okay. Fortunately, we escaped because it didn't come into picture. So 180 into 4, 720. So 720 plus 280 is 1,000, correct? Got it? So leave some space for the second derivative part and you practice it. I think there's a NCERT problem, right? Prove that the height of the cylinder of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r is 2r divided by root 3 and find the maximum volume. Do it fast. So choose the right variables, okay? So when they say sphere of radius capital R, what is the fixed quantity here? What is the fixed quantity? It is the volume of sphere, which is fixed. How much is it? 4/3 pi r cube. This is going to be the volume of sphere. So in a sphere, you need a cylinder to be inscribed in such a way that the volume of the cylinder is maximum. This R is fixed. So calculate this value and the height. So if I take the radius of the cylinder to be small r and the height to be capital H, the volume of the cylinder is going to be pi r square h. Now it's your job to solve it. So how much is this value going to be?
Sir, if you take R square, it will be easy, right?
If you take,
Like smaller square. If you substitute for smaller square, it will be easy instead of avoiding root, right?
that's up to you. I'm not asking that. I asked how much is this distance OA? If the total height of the cylinder is h star, then how much is OA? That's what I'm asking. Look at the symmetry and tell me, no?
H minus R.
It will be
Oh,
h by 2.
sir, okay.
It will be h by 2, half of the height of the cylinder. Now you have the right angle triangle. So r square is equal to h square by 4. Sorry. Capital R square evlo? Small r square plus h square by 4. Like how you told, small r square I can take it as capital R square minus h square by 4. Substitute it here. Now you solve. Can you do it and tell me? So volume of the cylinder will be pi into capital R square minus h square divided by 4 into h. So I would multiply this with h so that it becomes something like this. Now differentiating this, dvc dash divided by, dvc divided by dh. How much is this? R square minus 3h square divided by 4 is equal to 0, which implies h square will be equal to 4r square divided by 3 and h will be equal to 2r divided by root 3. Is that what they asked? The answer. That's it. So height is 2r by root 3. So you substitute that value here. You will get small r is equal to r by root 3. Okay, take those values and substitute it in the volume of cylinder. Answer will be pi into r divided by root 3 into 2r divided by root 3. So how much will be the answer? 2 pi r square divided by 3. This should be the volume of the cylinder. Wait. How can it be r square? So it should be r square by 3. So this will be 3 root 3. So 2 pi r cube divided by 3 root 3 should be the answer. Okay. X square by 4. Right. So volume of cylinder. So how much are you getting the value of small r as? See, h is equal to 2 capital R divided by root 3. We know that small r square is equal to capital R square minus h square by 4. So r square minus h square is 4r by 3 or 4r square by 3 divided by this 4. 4 and 4 will get cancelled. It will be 2r square by 3. So r will be root 2 into r divided by root 3. Oh, sorry. Then volume of the cylinder will be pi small r square, that is 2r square by 3 into h, which is 2r divided by root 3. So 2 into 2, 4 pi r cube divided by 3 root 3. So this is going to be the volume of the cylinder. Okay. Yeah. So solve this. Find the point on the curve I square is equal to 4x, which is nearest to the point 2 comma minus 8. So y square is equal to 4x represents a rightward parabola. So there is a point 2 comma minus 8 which is lying in the fourth quadrant. So we need to find a point on this curve and the distance between those, the point on this curve to the point in the third or fourth quadrant should be least. Can you do it fast? See, based on your slow responses, I'm not clear if you're able to understand or not. Is there any challenge? Is it clear? Or is there anything that you're not able to understand? If you're not able to speak, at least let me know in the chat box. Is everything clear? So let the point on the curve be x comma y. So what is going to be the distance? Root of x minus 2 the whole square plus y plus 8 the whole square. Right. So in the place of x, can I write it as y square by 4? So root of y square by 4 minus 2 the whole square plus y plus 8 the whole square. This is distance. So when distance is least, distance square also can be least. So square it on both the sides and start differentiating. So let me call this as small d. Okay. Use some other variable. I call it as L. So dl by dy equated to 0 and find the value of y. So 2 into y square by 4 minus 2 into 2y by 4 plus 2 into y plus 8 should be 0. So 2 and 2 are lost. 2y cube divided by 16 minus 8y, sorry, minus y plus y plus 8 will be 0. So y and y are gone. 2y cube is equal to minus 16 into 8. So this goes 8 times. So y cube is equal to minus 64. So what will be the value of y? Y is minus 4. Huh?
Yes,
So
sir.
y is minus 4. Then what is going to be the value of x?
X is 1.
minus
Sir.
1.
No, this will be 4 square, no? 16 by 4. Is it not 4? Correct only, no? X is 4 and y is minus 4. So that should be the point. So
Yes,
the
sir.
point 4 comma minus 4. Okay, second derivative part, again, as I told you, do it. Simple. If you're able to look at this expression, when you do the second derivative, it is going to be positive. Next, do this. Show that the altitude of the right circular cone of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius small r is going to be equal to 4r divided by 3. No, they gave it a smaller, huh? So if I take the radius of the cone to be capital R, and this height will be equal to h minus small r, right? So volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi capital R small r cube. Volume of cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Sorry, capital R square into h. So 1 by 3 pi into, in the place of capital R square, what can I write it as? R square minus h minus r the whole square into h. Right. So how much will I get? 1 by 3 pi into 2rh minus h square into h. So is it not a function of one variable? So 1 by 3 pi into 2r h square minus h cube. So differentiate it, equate it to 0, you'll get the value of small h in terms of small r. And tell me what is the value. So dv of cone divided by dh will be equal to pi by 3 into 4rh minus 3h square if I equate it to 0. H and h are gone, so h will be equal to 4r divided by 3. So is that what they asked? Height is 4r divided by 3. Okay. And what is going to be the volume of the cone? So volume of cone will be 1 by 3 pi r square h, capital R square into h. So 1 by 3 into pi into, what is the value of capital R square? It is 2r into small h minus h square. So 2r into small h is 4r divided by 3. minus h square. That is 4r by 3 the whole square. So this is how much? Capital R square. It is going to be 8r square by 3 minus 16r square by 9. So it is going to be 8r square divided by 9. So 8r square by 9 is going to be 8 pi r cube divided by 27. So 8 pi r cube by 27 means capital R square is 2 into small r into
Sir, you didn't multiply it with h, sir.
which h?
4
this
by
is-
3r.
yeah. So into how much is left out? 4r by
4 by
3.
3r.
அப்ப எவ்வளவு ஆகும்? 32. 32 r cube divided by 27. Oh, here I should multiply, no?
Yes,
Into
sir.
4r divided by 3. So into 4r by 3 means this will be 4 pi r cube by 3 into 8 by 27. Correct? So 4 by r cube by 3 is going to be the volume of sphere into 8 by 27. Is that what they asked? Yeah, 8 by 27 times the volume of the sphere. Right, mark it as important. You would have seen multiple times it has come. 2014, 2016, 2019. Mark it as important. Okay. A window is in the form of a semicircle with a rectangle on its diameter. Semicircle with rectangle. The total perimeter of the window is 10 meters. Find the dimensions of the window to admit maximum light through the hole opening. So draw the diagram. So window is what dimension? It's a 2-dimensional or a 3-dimensional shape. Window is going to be a 2-dimensional shape. So for the maximum light to enter through the window, what should be maximum? For maximum light to enter through the window, what should be maximum? Its area. So if you look at it, we have a rectangular window on top of which we have a semicircular arc like this. A window is of the form of a semicircle with a rectangle on its diameter. Okay. The total perimeter of the window. So what is going to be the perimeter of the window? Tell me. So what is going to be the perimeter of the window? So let's take the dimensions of this rectangle. If I take this to be X and this to be Y, for instance, okay. So we need to find the dimensions of the window, means you need to find the value of X and Y, along with which we need to find the circumference of this semicircular arc. So how much is it going to be? First, tell me what is going to be the perimeter. Perimeter will be, if I take this to be the diameter, 2x plus this y plus this y plus the arc. So what is going to be the arc? Pi x, no? So perimeter is going to be 2x plus y plus pi x. So this value is how much? 10 meter, means the perimeter is fixed because they gave you the number. Find the dimensions of the window to admit maximum light through it. We need to find the area. So what is going to be the area? It is going to be 2x into y plus pi x square by 4. Pi x square by 2. half of the circle's area. So what should I do, guys? Tell me. I'll take y from here. Okay. I'll substitute it here. Then I'll get area as a single expression and area as a function of single variable, differentiated, equated to 0, find the value of x. Once I get the value of x, substitute the value in this expression, you will get the value of y. Once you get both, you can calculate the dimensions of the window. Can you do it fast? Into 10 minus 2x divided by 2 plus 5x. 2 and 2 are lost. So it is going to be area. So area will be equal to 10x minus 2x square plus 5x square. So dA by dx will be equal to 10 minus 4x plus 2 pi x. Equated to 0. What is going to be the value of x guys? 10 divided by 4 minus 2 pi. So x will be 10 divided by 4 minus 2 pi. So take that and substitute. Let me check if that is the answer. X is 10 by pi plus 4. 10x minus 2x square plus 5x. Okay. Y is equal to.
I have a doubt, sir.
No, there is a mistake here. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, instead of pi x square, it should come pi x square by 2, no, sir.
That's what I
Because
did.
the semicircle.
No, actually, there is another mistake also. I just observed. I did it in mind, or in show. And the respond, but I'm not able to concentrate. Okay. I feel like I'm talking to myself. So listen, y will be 10 minus in the 2 plus pi. I forgot that. X into 2 plus pi divided by 2. If area now, area will be equal to x into 10 minus x into 2 plus pi, because 2 and 2 got cancelled, plus pi x square by 2. This was your doubt, right? By 2. I forgot the 2 also.
Yes, sir.
Now area will be equal to 10x minus x square into 2 plus pi x square by 2. So what is going to be the value of dA by dx? It will be 10 minus 2x into 2 plus pi x. Correct? This will be equal to 0. Upper this will be 10 minus 4x minus 2 pi x plus pi x is equal to 0. So how much will I get? 10 minus 4x minus pi x is equal to 0. So x will be equal to 10 divided by pi plus 4. So these are the dimensions. So y is 10 minus x into 2 plus pi by 2. And x is 10 divided by pi plus 4. So I need to take this value of x and substitute it here. Up y and our 10 minus 2 plus pi into x 10 divided by pi plus 4, the whole divided by 2. So if I take LCM, 10 pi plus 40 minus 20 minus 2 pi minus 10 pi, the whole divided by 2 into pi plus 4. So 10 pi and 10 pi are lost. So 20 divided by 2 into pi plus 4. So this will get cancelled. This will also come out as 10 divided by pi plus 4. So for you to get the maximum area, that rectangle is supposed to be a square. But here it is given as 20 by pi plus 4 is the length of the window. Did I make any mistake? So y is equal to 10 minus x 10 divided by pi plus 4. So 10 divided by pi plus 4 is right, correct. So if I take LCM, 10 pi plus 40 minus 20 minus 10 pi divided by 2 into pi plus 4. Okay. So 40 minus 20 is 20 only. 20 divided by 2 is going to give you 10 only. So that's right. Other answer. The final step, they have written it wrong. They are right actually. So the length of the window is actually not x, it is 2x. So length of the window is 20 divided by pi plus 4. 2x is the length. And the width is going to be 10 divided by pi plus 4. So these are the dimensions of the rectangular part. So when you want the dimension of the semicircular part, you will calculate it using pi x square by 2. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you solve. Okay. See, I'm not able to focus because your response is also slow. So I'll share this worksheet. You guys solve it. Okay. So I'll stop with this. You guys solve. You have any doubt, reach out to me. So I think with today, we are closing this applications of derivatives, right? Tomorrow, we are supposed to start with matrices and determinants. So that will take only one class. Okay. So we'll end the session, guys.
Sir, I have a general doubt, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, there are like various problems, like some shapeless inscription like that, sir. But how to oppose that type of sums, sir, actually, when they're given minimum or maximum like that? Because in many
Can you
cases
give-
it's confusing, sir.
Can you give me a problem? Like, is there any problem where you're confused? See, today itself we solved few problems. Now, can you tell me which problem confused you? Is this one clear?
So slightly confusing, sir, because of the variables.
Okay, you're getting confused because of
Yes.
the variables. Okay. For example, let me take this problem. Okay. So I'll tell you how to analyze the question. So look at this. They told prove that height of the right circular cylinder. Prove that the height of the cylinder. Okay, there is a cylinder. Okay, of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius capital R. So first, what you need to know is you need to understand which is fixed and which is variable. Okay, so by reading this question, right, which one are you able to choose as fixed one? You read this question, right? Which one do you think is fixed?
Yes,
So if
sir.
I read the question, don't guess it, be sure, be 100% sure, which can be inscribed in a sphere of radius R. So when they give you the radius of a sphere, right, indirectly, what are all the other parameters they have given you? They have given you the volume and the surface area. Why? Because volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So when they say sphere of radius capital R, that capital R is a fixed quantity. They cannot change it. So the meaning is, I am giving you a sphere of a particular radius. How should you with me? In which you inscribe infinite number of cylinders. You can inscribe one cylinder like this. You can inscribe another cylinder like this. you can inscribe another cylinder in this way. Puriyadada? Like this, infinite number of cylinders can be inscribed, among which only one cylinder will have the maximum volume. So like this, you have infinite number of cylinders. You write down the set of all volumes that are possible. So among those volume, which cylinder's dimension will actually take the maximum volume that is possible, is what the question is. Okay. So for
Yes.
that, what you need to do is you need to make use of the fixed quantities. Since here they are trying to speak about the volume, I am going to randomly take a cylinder like this. Okay, I'm randomly taking a cylinder for which I will give the dimensions. What do I mean by dimensions? I'm going to give. So here, what did they ask? They asked volume of the cylinder should be maximum. Now I'll start thinking like this. For me, the volume of cylinder is the variable. So what is the volume of cylinder? It is pi r square h. I look at the variables. So for me to differentiate, I know that whether this volume has to be maximum or minimum of whom of the cylinder to be maximum or minimum, I know that I need to differentiate. But here the challenge is if I need to differentiate, I need to ensure that the volume of my cylinder is a function of how many variables?
One variable.
One variable. But how many variables do I have here? Small r
Two,
square,
sir.
2, right? So to remove those variables, to make this volume of cylinder as a function of one variable, I will take the help of the fixed value that is 4/3 pi r cube. Prida. So that is
Yes.
why in every question there should be a fixed value, because from the fixed value only you will plug in all the values into the variable concepts. So for that, what I'm going to do is I will start looking at the diagram. Okay, I have this r, the small r. I have this height. So this height by symmetry is broken into two equal parts that I'm able to understand, h/2. Okay. Look at this right angle triangle. This is h/2, this small r, this is capital R. So among all these, which is the variable? Small r and h/2 is a variable, capital R is a constant. So what can I do is, I have r square here. So in the place of r square, can I write something in terms of fixed quantity? Can I write it? So that if I plug in this value here, look at the expression pi into capital R square minus h square by 4 into h in Varda. Now it has become a function of how many variables? One variable. Now I can start differentiating. So this is one such problem where we actually didn't make use of this 4/3 pi r cube. For example, if you look at the perimeter problem that we did, in the perimeter problem, the last problem that we did, what was fixed? The perimeter was fixed. So what I actually did is I wrote the fixed value in terms of variables. So how many variables do I have actually? X and Y. Okay. புரியுதாடா சொல்றது?
Yes, sir.
So on the X and Y which I wrote an equation in which I was looking for the variable which they wanted to be minimum or maximum. In the case, another variable area. So area also I wrote it in terms of the known variables. When I wrote it, I'm able to understand that X is a variable, Y is a variable. So I need to eliminate one of the variables, whichever is comfortable for me. Here I have X square, here I have X and Y. So if you look at this expression, which is easy for me to convert in terms of others. If I write X in terms of Y, I can do both. If I write X in terms of Y, logically tell me, unnecessarily what will you keep doing here? You will find X square, which will become Y square, or a period expression. Instead of that, what can I do? I wrote Y in terms of X, so that things become easy for me.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. In generally different problems like this, we differentiate the equation which is given like maximum volume, like maximum like this, sir.
Yes, and the prefix circular. So okay, I'll speak in that language. For example, in the problem, show that the altitude of a right circular cone of maximum volume. So in the maximum volume, kunadi prefix circular. Here, what is the prefix? It's a right circular cone. So that right circular cone is a variable that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius in Kuduthirukam. generally what they will give us inscribed in a given sphere அப்படின்ற word யூஸ் பண்ணாங்கன்னா if they use the word given க்கு suffixல ஒன்று வரும்ல given sphere. So அந்த given க்கு அடுத்தது இருக்கிற word வந்து fixed quantity. புரியுதா? language புரியுதா? like how they frame the questions. So maximum volume or minimum volume க்கு prefix is the variable of given க்கு suffixல இருக்கிறது வந்து it is the fixed quantity. அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். That is how you look at it.
Yes.
புரியுதா? I'm just searching for a problem. Let me see. இப்போ இந்த problem இருக்குடா. How will you do? Show that the surface area of a closed cuboid with square base and given volume. என்ன சொல்றாங்க? So there is
Volume
a
is
cuboid.
variable.
இல்ல given volume. Question break down and study. Read it. Show that the surface area of a closed cuboid with what kind of a base? With a square base. So இப்ப ஒரு diagram வரையறேன்னா I have a cuboid. So what are the special features of this cuboid? The cuboid has the base to be a square, means this is x, this is also x. அப்ப இது என்னவா இருக்கும்? This will be y. கௌஷிக் இது வரைக்கும் புரியுதா?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I didn't cross the question beyond this. And given volume அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. So volume of this cuboid itself is a constant. So what is the volume of this cuboid? It is going to be x square into y. X square into y is a constant, but x and y are variables.
Yes, sir.
புரியுதா? So in the volume x square y will be least when it is a cube. Means what are you supposed to prove? That you need to prove that x is equal to y. So what is constant for this cuboid? Volume is constant, but what is variable? Surface area is variable. நான் சொல்றேன் பாருடா, given க்கு அடுத்தது whatever word is there, no, that is fixed. கௌஷிக் புரிஞ்சுதா இது?
Yes, sir. I'm getting it, sir.
இப்போ என்ன பண்றேன்னா strike it off. ஒரு பென்சில் வச்சு strike it off. Now read the question again. Show that the surface area of the closed cuboid is minimum. So when they say only surface area, they are trying to talk about the total surface area. Total surface area of a cuboid another 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. So you'll get 2 into x square plus xy plus xy. Correct? So this should be minimum. Upper what will happen? 2x into, can I write it like this? Ilana, I'll write it like this. See. Now you need this. See, beyond this, maxima minima part is over. After this, it's only mathematical. The tactics that you use to solve. இப்போ நீயே பாரு, x square xy இருக்கு. How many variables is area having? 2 variables. இப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும்? I need to convert it to one variable. So what is logically easy for me to remove?
X, sir.
இல்ல x நான் ரிமூவ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஏன்னா x square எழுதுறேன்னா here I have x. இப்போ இது fixed quantity டா. So when you want to remove one of the variables, fixed quantity போணும். You need to observe the fixed quantity. அதுல என்ன பார்த்தேன்னா x square, like if I write x is equal to v divided by y under root, is it not going to get complicated for me?
Input y is equal to v by x plus.
Y is equal to v by x square னு எழுதிடுவேன். So that here I can replace it with that, no? So 2 into x square plus 2 into x into v by x square. இந்த x இந்த x cancel பண்ணிட்டா. Now it has become a function of one variable. Now can you differentiate? இப்ப பண்ணிடலாம் பாரு. So dA by dx என்ன வருது நீயே சொல்லு. Forget about this 2. So derivative of x square 2x. Derivative of 1 by x is equal to 0. So 2 and 2 are lost. So 2v by x square. So v is equal to x cube. புரியுதாடா?
Yes, sir.
அப்ப v is equal to x cube, but we already know v is equal to x square y. Cancel பண்ண y is equal to x னு வருது. That's what they are saying. So what I would suggest is don't go for these problems. Textbook problem எடுத்து go through the video again of today's video. நான் என்னெல்லாம் points சொன்னனோ have it in mind and solve. ஒரே லாஜிக் தான்டா, don't get confused. ஒன்னு ஃபிக்ஸ்டா இருக்கும், ஒன்னு வேரியபிளா இருக்கும். Which quantity is fixed and which is variable ன்னு if you read the question and if you are able to crack it, your job is done. Try பண்ணிட்டு எனக்கு சொல்றியா?
Yes,
Take
sir.
one time. If you still have doubt, reach out.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So textbook problems பண்ணு, don't do any previous year problems.
Yes, sir. I'll do it, sir.
You do it. But with the technique that I told you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll wind up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.